All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. I missed all of you. And welcome back to our Monday training call. I do hope that it's a wonderful morning to all of our partners joining us on the other side of the world. I know it's afternoon in some other parts of the world. Good afternoon to you as well. And of course, our Asia partners, good evening to each and everyone. And again, welcome to our Monday training call. Going back, Monday is the first day of the week. So I do hope that during this session, we'll be able to get something to gain knowledge that will make us become a better version of ourselves, right? So it's basically starts with knowledge because, as we always say, knowledge is power. And if you have anything, any topic in mind that you would want us to discuss, particularly for this Monday call, since as you know, Monday Product Crossfire is all about products, right? And then, of course, our launchpad training is, of course, our mandatory training for our business. These are the basic steps that you need to understand when it comes to building and growing your business, right? And then on Saturdays, we also have, of course, our Saturday live training, which tackles different aspects of our business. Now, on top of that, we also have, of course, our testimonial call every Monday evening in Canada. And, of course, our Wednesday testimonial call, which is morning in Canada, evening for us here in the Philippines. So basically, each and every single day, we have trainings that you can attend. Okay, now why is this important? Because training plays a vital role in the growth of your business. Training is all about what? Our knowledge, developing our knowledge, our mastery when it comes to our business. May it be in our products, may it be in, of course, the opportunity. And of course, on top of that, training is very important in order for us to personally grow. Okay? Because the training and development of our team is crucial to the growth of your business. If you want to grow your business, you need to grow your people first. Okay? But before you grow your people, you need to grow yourself first, right? So this is a good avenue wherein you can gain more knowledge when it comes to how you can become a master of your business. Good evening, Miss Lee, joining us all the way from Bataan. We had an amazing tour which happened in Bataan. We had so many guests. So congratulations, of course, to our Team Philippines in Bataan. Congratulations for a very wonderful, exciting, and successful event that we had last Saturday. It's a weekend, all right? So let's get started. I will share with you my screen, and today's topic is all about um, building momentum, right? Building momentum. That's basically the reason why we ran our promotion the past almost more than 2 months, all right? And I know that we had a lot of partners joining in. So if in case you are one of those who joined us during this crazy promotion that we have run over the past 2 months, so congratulations to each and every one of you. And the next step is for you to be able to understand what this business is all about. Now, of course, when we do our tour, it just shows you an overview of what the opportunity is all about. But in our training, we bring you, of course, a deeper understanding about our business, our products, so that you can increase your belief level. Now, this is very important, increasing our belief level when it comes to our business, because we cannot expect other people to believe in you if they don't see the belief in you, right? So today's topic is how you can start, advance, and sustain momentum on your business. Now, as you can see in the picture, it talks about what? The steam tray, right? The steam tray. Now, this is for me the best analogy of what momentum is all about, because a steam train, when is it is at a stop or at a halt, okay, before it moves, it is very heavy, okay. It requires a lot of force in order for it to start moving, right? So this is the same. Usually when you are starting your business, there is what we call the force. We need to exert force. We need to take action, because this is the what we call the friction. Okay, the friction that happens during the start of the business. Now, since of course there is an engine, and once it starts moving, okay, once it starts moving, it moves slowly at first, right? So it moves slowly at first. So when you put something, a barricade or a what do you call this, a hollow block, or even a stone, a big stone in front of that steam train, and it is not yet in momentum, it can immediately stop. All right. So that's the reason why when you are starting, you have to acquire more knowledge. You have to attend more trainings. And the reason for that is we want you to increase your belief system. We want you to see the opportunity that you have here. Because once you see all of the things that are available to you as a partner, all of the things that you can accomplish with this business, then your belief system will will start to increase. Okay? So that's basically what we will do. Okay? So once the train keeps on moving, what happens next is what? It builds up the speed, right? So it builds up the speed, builds up the speed, builds up the speed. So whenever there are barricades, you just go right through it, right? Go right through it. Don't stop, don't quit, don't give up, because that's how it works, right? The start is usually the hardest one, but once you keep on moving, guess what? It keeps on speeding up, speeding up, speeding up. And once it reaches its maximum speed, now that's where momentum happens, right? Even if you put a building in front of that steam train, it will just go past through it. That's what momentum does for our business. All right. So how do we relate that? Especially when we are starting, you were excited coming from a tour, and then once you get home, some of the sunblocks suddenly appears, right? Those people that are saying that, you know what, I did that before, but it didn't work. I failed. And that doesn't work, and that won't work for you as well. Another network marketing company, haven't you learned already? Oh, wow. These are the sunblocks, right? These are the dream stealers. And remember, most of the people who are negative about your opportunity are people who wasn't able to see what you have seen. All right? So why would you believe these people who have not seen what you have seen and allow you to quit on the things that you have seen, right? So that's the reason why it's very important, the word gym, right? You go to the gym, GYM, in order for you to strengthen yourself, right? But in here, when it comes to our mindset, gym is also important. And what it means is to what? Guard your mind, okay? Guard your mind. It means to guard all of the negative things that you hear, block it out, because they haven't seen what you have seen. They haven't seen the vision that you have seen, particularly when it comes to this opportunity. Okay? So make sure that you guard your mind. Okay? Now, if you are able to do that, if you just keep on going, if you just don't quit, okay? If you don't stop, you just keep on planting, massive planting, sharing the products, products after products, customers after customers, and guess what will happen? There will be testimonials after testimonials after testimonials after testimonials. And whenever you hear those good things that are happening to the people that you have shared the product with, again, it increases your confidence, it increases your belief level. Massive planting, testimonies after testimonies, people who say thank you to you. All right, people whose health and lives have been changed. And guess what? It will even increase your belief level. And once that happens to you, guess what? You will just keep on going. The people who are saying positive things about what has happened to them will um, will overcome those people who are trying to steal your dreams away. Okay. So that's how you do it. Massive planting, don't give up. Okay, because remember, the more seeds you sow, the bigger the harvest, right? All right, so that's the law of sowing and reaping, right? So that's how you build momentum. How you start momentum is by massive planting. Just keep on sharing, don't stop, be consistent. Okay, and then once that happens, guess what? You will become like the steam train, speeding up and speeding up and speeding up until it reaches the maximum speed. And then even if you put a building in front of it, it will just go past through it, because your momentum is already unstoppable. Okay, full steam ahead. All right, and that's how we should face this year, with full steam. Okay, so momentum is simply, it means that you have done a set of activities in our business, particularly in our business in network marketing, is you have done a set of activities over a period of time that results begin to come automatically in increased quantities. As you keep on doing it again and again and again, massive planting, massive sharing of the products, massive sharing of the opportunities, now time will come that the results will begin to come automatically in increased quantities. And during a momentum phase, one may see exponential growth in their team as well as in your income. Okay, isn't that exciting? And as more people are attracted to the opportunity and the products, this growth is often the result of positive word of mouth. That's what I'm talking about a while ago. Successful marketing campaigns and the reputation of the company. We have a great company backing us, right? Great products, great system, great trainings, right? So basically, those are the key ingredients in order for us to build that momentum in our business. Now, how to create momentum? Number one, set your targets. Very, very important. Do you already have a target for this year? Do you already have a target for this month? Okay? Because according to Zig Ziglar, if you aim at nothing, you will hit it every time. So probably that's the reason why a lot of people, they say, oh, 2025 has passed and nothing has changed. It's probably because their targets are not big enough. Their goals are not big enough. Okay? So this is the time for you to set your targets. Create your promise list. That's the forensic networker thing, right? Promise list. Promise lists are powerful than goals because if you write it in your promise list, it means that you need to fulfill it. It's a promise that you will keep for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones. It should be strong enough that whenever challenges comes, your dreams, your promise list is bigger than those challenges. That's the reason why it's very important to have also a vision board. A vision board is something that you always see each and every single day. Something that when you wake up, you see it and you get reminded of why you are doing what you are doing. And I believe, I tell you, it's very powerful because when I created my vision board, especially not to brag or anything, this new house that we were staying, we just moved in last year. It was a product of the vision board that I created in 2024. I still do not know how we will be able to build this during that time. But I just said, you know what? When the vision is clear, results will appear. So I printed out, okay, a picture of the model of the house that we want. And then also we put in all of the travels that we want to do. And guess what? 2025, 80% of those vision board were accomplished. That's the power of having a clear vision for yourself. Whenever you see it, you are reminded. It becomes a fuel of why you will be waking up each and every single morning, why you will be doing this opportunity. And we have a great opportunity in hand. So set your targets. I don't know what your targets are, particularly in the business. We have a target that you can achieve, MGRS. We have LD1, LD2, and probably this is the best time for you to go LD3, LD4. Why not, right? Even if you still do not know how to accomplish it, the power of setting a target is when the target is strong enough, there will always be ways to accomplish it. But if you don't have a target, then that's the problem, right? You don't have the fuel, you don't have the drive. You will let the day pass you by. Okay? So target, vision board, promise list, make sure that you have them at the start of the year. Okay? Number two, you have the promise list, you have the vision board, you have the things clear in your mind of the things that you want to accomplish for this year. Now, the next step is plan of action. What are the things that I need to do in order for me to accomplish this promise list, right? But we also need to have a system in place, right? The duplication process on how we can grow our business. And the great thing about our business is we have what the concept of leveraging, right? The power of leveraging. When we are able to help enough other people grow in their business, then our business will grow. So that's one thing that we can focus on. And then the most important thing, number three, is to stay in action for a long period of time. This talks about consistency. It's not just about one day thing, right? Remember the story of the hare and the turtle, right? The rabbit and the turtle. I thought it was just a tale until I saw a video of an actual race between a turtle and what do you call this? A hare or a rabbit, right? You see, the turtle just keeps on moving if it is slow, but the turtle always wins. The rabbit is very inconsistent. It will move fast, then stop. We get distracted with a lot of things. And so the turtle was able to overtake the rabbit, right? Why is that? Because the turtle just wants to go forward slowly, surely, but consistently. Even if you are just sponsoring one customer, if you are just targeting one customer a day, talking to one person a day over a period of time, that one person a day would bring you what? 30 prospects in a month. Much more if you're doing two, right? So the more that you show and expose the products, the opportunity, the bigger your results will be. So it's all about consistency. Okay? So these are the three things. I don't want to overwhelm you with a lot of things that you need to do. So these are the three things that can help you create and build your momentum for this year. Number one, set your targets. Number two, the plan of action in order to achieve that target. And then the consistency. Okay? The discipline that you need to do each and every single day in order for you to do the things, the activities, the IGAs that needs to be done on a daily consistent basis. Okay? So what are your goals for 2026? Okay? Sorry, I forgot to write the goals there. Okay? What are your goals for 2026? It can be a vision statement of what you want to accomplish. Example, you want to become a lifestyle director 3 by December 2026. Okay, so write it down. There is power in writing it down. There's even a book about it. Write it down and make it happen. Okay, because if you don't write it, it means that you are not serious enough to accomplish it, right? Because just writing it down is a very simple task, but if you are not willing to do it, it means that you are not willing to give it all for your targets, for your goals, right? So write it down. I want to become a lifestyle director 3 by December 2026 or even earlier than that, right? So write it down. There may be some other goals, probably LD1, LD2, you write it down. And then the vision statement is, example for this is, how are you going to accomplish this? Now, this is the plan of action to build a solid base of 10 to 20 customers per month, because after all, our business starts with what? Customers who we can convert as partners, and then partners who we can develop as leaders, right? So 110 to 20 customers per month, is that doable? Again, you still do not know how to achieve it, but at least you already have a plan of what you're going to do to achieve the target, right? And then number two, to develop minimum two strong lifestyle director twos. Because after all, becoming a lifestyle director 3 would need at least two lifestyle director twos. But in this case, we want to develop strong lifestyle director twos who are producing at least a minimum volume of 25,000 CV, team volume. Okay? Regularly, not just one time. Okay? Because after all, it's not just about the rank advancement, but the benefit of having that CV, right, in your organization, which of course I'm talking about the income that it will bring you each and every single month. Okay? So that can be your goal for this year. Okay? So the plan of action in order for us to achieve that, if that is your target, the plan of action is, these are the important things. Of course, we have a lot of things that you need to consider for our business, but I want to focus on these very important aspects. Number one is the smart buy. Okay, whenever someone joins our business, very, very important is you first emphasize the importance of smart buy. I remember when we started in 2019 here in the Philippines, each and every welcome kit, we were given that prosperity book. Okay, prosperity book. And then I started reading it. First was talking about the dreams, the promise list, very, very important. But then there is a chapter there known as the perfect launch. Okay, in the perfect launch, it says there, these are the step-by-step activities or process that can help you sustain and grow your business. Okay? And when I flipped on the chapter 1, okay, the perfect launch, that step 1 written there was to be on smart buy. And then I asked myself, why is it number 1? Why is smart buy number 1 on the perfect launch steps? Right? not retailing, not selling, not finding customers, right? It talks about the smart buy. And now I understand why smart buy is there, because smart buy is basically a culture that you can develop in your team. Once they understand the importance of smart buy, number one is that they will continuously, consistently use the products. Be a product of the product. If you are not using the product, you won't develop that passion and belief in your business, right? After all, the reason why we are excited, the reason we are very passionate in sharing the products is because we believe in our products. And how can you believe in your products if you are not using them, right? So emphasis on the power of smart buy, that's one. Number two, if you want to grow your business, you should always have stocks on hand, right? So you should always bring products, may it be fashion, may it be personal care, because you'll never know when you are able to meet someone who might be interested to get your products. And we want to avoid what we call the lost sales, because it happened to me before. Someone was interested to buy the product, but I don't have any product at hand. Now, that was a learning process for me. They were really excited to try it, but I don't have it. So I said, I forgot it in my car. I'll give it to you tomorrow, something like that. And guess what? When I followed up, the fire is no longer there. There were already excuses, and I call it lost sales. All right. So make sure that you have inventory of your products on hand. Because remember, big businesses have big warehouses, right? Because they believe in their products. They believe that these products that are in their warehouses will be sold in no time, right? So you should have that level of belief, okay? Because after all, this business is all about 95% belief, excitement, all right? And only 5% skills. On top of that, if you have smart buy in your organization, you have that culture, guess what? That is what will bring you residual income. Your volume will never flush out, right? You will have additional 10% discount. You have the shopping credits that allows you to purchase any product of your choice. So you will not be front loaded with a lot of inventories, okay, that you will be pressured to move it, right? So that's a lot of benefits when it comes to the smart buy. So now I understand why it is step one in our perfect launch, in our prosperity book, okay? Because smart buy is the blood of your business, all right? So it's the one that's keeping you alive in the business, the smart buy. And if you emphasize it strong enough to your team, guess what? You are now starting to institute to them that they should be on smart buy. And that's the reason why Philippines, for the longest time, we have a lot of people who are on smart buy. Okay? It's because we keep on emphasizing. Remember what SVP Sana said? If it's important to you, it will be important to them. But if it's not important to you, it also will not be important to them. So emphasis on the power of smart buy right from day one. Okay? Number two, customers. Okay? And by the way, sorry, smart buy, we can do a whole topic of this already, right? Just by saying all the benefits of the smart buy. Another important thing there is make sure that your team understand that this is not an expense. Because many people don't do their smart buys because they think that this is something that is shelled out each and every single month, right? So that's not true, because our smart buy gives you a lot of benefits, and at the same time you can get it at your discounted price. When you are able to sell the products, you get your money back, and you even earn profits, right? So how can it be an expense? It builds your lifelong residual income. It gives you additional discount. It allows you to become a product of the product. How can it be an expense? Right? So it's something that you also invest for yourself to using the products, invest in your business, and invest particularly on products that you can eventually share with your customers and make profits from it, right? So that's the power of smart buy. And I tell you, remember the what do you call this? Remember the power of binary that's based on smart buy, right? That the 1,900 people in your team just being on smart buy, that gives you what? $10,000 in residual income. All right, that's the power of smart buy. Okay, Now, next is, of course, with your products on hand, now you can have a target of customers, right? Minimum of 10 to 20 new customers per month. If you will just focus on that, have the target each and every single month, 10 to 20 customers a month, then that will make a lot of difference in the growth of your business. Because why? Because people who have been using the product are easier to convert to become partners, right? Because now they develop that belief in the product. So now they know the value of the product. So it means that they are more likely to get a package so that they can also enjoy the benefits, not just of the products, but as well as for the package. Okay? So one thing that you can set your targets on is having at least 2 new partners every month. And that would be possible if you are consistently bringing in 10 to 20 new customers every month. Okay? And of course, now you have customers, partners. Now the next thing is developing leaders. Once you have a partner joining you, make sure that you are channeling them to our training system. Okay? Why? Because it is a system, right? The moment that they see the tour, they become excited. But the moment that they get home, remember, the excitement goes down eventually, right? When they are able to talk to the sunblocks, now this excitement is suddenly negated, right? Now that's the reason why within the next 24 to 48 hours, you expose them to the training, the launchpad or whatever training is available that you can attend to. Why? Because the purpose of that is then that the new partner would be able to see the bigger picture of what this opportunity is all about. And once they see the bigger picture, guess what? The excitement, the belief goes up again, especially if they are able to talk to the sunblock, right? If you're able to equip your new partners and tell them that outside this world, there are a lot of negative people who doesn't see what you have seen. And how come you will believe them? You've seen a hope, you've seen a dream that can basically become a reality for you with this opportunity. How are you going to listen to the people who wasn't able to see what you have seen? And when you are able to equip them with those kinds of training, with those kinds of mindset, then they are more likely to understand, oh, this is what my partner told me, right? These are the sunblocks, these are the dream stealers. I shouldn't listen to them, right? I should just go to the training builds what? Excitement and belief. All right, so always channel them to the trainings. You'll never know whom they will be inspired. Sometimes people are not inspired by you because sometimes it's familiarity. Do you agree with me? Sometimes the people that you expect to believe in you, they don't believe in you, but they believe in some other people that they do not know, right? So that's the purpose of training as well. Bringing them to the training because they will be able to see people from different walks of life being inspired by them. Now they're sometimes these are the people that they are able to relate to. Okay, that's the power of training. That's the power of events. Okay, so make sure that you invite them. Okay, whenever there is training, invite them personally. I would encourage you to attend this session because this is how I grew in my business. You're going to learn from this amazing senior vice president who has been 19 years, who has been successful in the business. So edify. Sometimes it's not just enough to send the text messages, right? There is a training. What does it mean, right? So make sure that you are the one who can pull them up. All right. So that's the importance, inviting them to the training because trainings builds what? Excitement, belief, and eventually it will develop them to become, that's the number 4, to become strong leaders in your organization. Okay. So that's the reason why in here there is a system that we tune in. I call that the leadership factory, right? So every event, every activity that we do is an opportunity for them to be developed, not just a participant, but become a leader. Okay? So that's the importance of encouraging and enticing and whatever you may want to call it for them to attend the trainings. Okay? Because you'll never know what can happen. You'll never know that they might be inspired. And once they have ignited that spark in their life, then you'll never know what can happen, right? So that's the importance of these four key areas in our business. So again, number one is emphasis on smart buy. Number two, focus on getting 10 to 20 customers a month. Follow them up, and eventually, hopefully, they will become new partners. They have already developed that belief system, right? So eventually they will become partners, and once they become a partner, expose them to the trainings, expose them to the uplines so that they may be inspired to do more. Okay? All right. So, am I making sense here? Yes, yes, yes. Of course, of course. Okay. So, moving forward, okay, let me just go through here. I have already shared this with you. If you may want to screenshot this, because this is what I always do in our training. The first step is I emphasize on the importance of smart buy. There are so many reasons why they should be on smart buy. Okay? Because after all, again, when you emphasize on this, guess what? They would understand the value of it. And guess what? Once they're in it, they will also train their team to also be on it as well. So if you develop that culture of having a smart buys in your team, start with 2 smart buys, 4 smart buy, 16 smart buy, and so on and so forth. Guess what? If you have 1,024 people in your team who are on smart buy, imagine that, right? Wow. Just by people on smart buy using the products, even just retailing the products, look at the residual income it can give you. That's the power of setting the tone, emphasizing on the program. Okay? Now, this is one system that can help you uh, naturally grow, leverage your business. Okay? All right. And the target, if you want to maximize, of course, the compensation plan, always remember, not just 150. Go for the 450. All right? Go for the 450. 150 is not enough. It's just for your personal consumption. If you want to move 10 to products to 10 to 20 customers a month, you should have more of it, right? So 450. You know why? Because 450 will also what do you call this? What's the term? There's a term. Will also ignite, okay? It's not ignite, but it's something more powerful than that. That would be the key in order for you to maximize the MGRS, right? The Karkla bonus, all right? The variance bonus, okay? So all of these things, okay? So if you want to make it big, target the 450, not just the 150, okay? All right. So, of course, we have this pathway to Royal Lifestyle Director. When we opened the office here in the Philippines, CEO Ramin instituted in our office, every corner in our office, in the conference room, in our in my office, okay, in the pantry, everywhere we look, there is this map. And of course, it helped us a lot to remember again our goal, our target, our vision. How do we move one partner from a new partner to become a leader, right? So this is the path. That's why we call it the pathway to Royal Lifestyle Director. The next after the next. Because once someone hits something, they would always want to go to the next level. Okay? So that this is very important. Okay, so that's the reason why um, we have this in all of our um, offices. Okay, so let me just drink my coffee. Any questions so far when it comes to our topic for today? Okay, I have it in on my bathroom mirror. Wonderful, MC. Wonderful. All right. So yes, yes. So now you are a lifestyle advisor, provided that you are a lifestyle advisor, especially if you are new here. What's the next step? The next step is to what? Qualify for MGRS. Okay. At first, I also didn't understand. So one is smart buy first, right? Smart buy, don't miss it out. Now the next step is, of course, if you are not yet a lifestyle advisor, become a lifestyle advisor so that you can maximize the provisions of our compensation plan. And then the next step as a lifestyle advisor is to qualify for what? MGRS. That's the number two. Okay? Why is MGRS important, especially if you're just starting? It's because with the MGRS, you will now be able to do the IGAs. What are the IGAs? Because MGRS talks about what? It talks about what you sell, what you buy, and what you launch. I remember that training vividly. During the time, it was Danny who was emphasizing it to us, right? MGRS talks about what you buy, what you sell, and what you launch. Because after all, these are the basic building block of our business, right? Now, very, very powerful. MGRS, okay, it allows you to tap in the global revenue sharing. So imagine with the MGRS, you have the aspect of retail profit, you have the aspect of wholesale profit in the MGRS. Why would they ask you to buy 450 PV? It's because the company knows that you need stocks in order for you to have customers, right? Because if you have customers, then you will have retail profit, right? Now, why do they ask you to launch? It's because the company knows that you're able to launch, you have a new partner, and when you have a new partner, you also have what we call the wholesale profit. Now you are enjoying the first two ways of making money. Now, these are the things that you need to do anyway to grow your business, and yet the company even rewards you with what we call the global revenue sharing. Now, it has increased to what? $150 per share, right? So, isn't it a great incentive? So, now when you are talking to your new partners, you are now showing them not just why it is important for you to achieve to do MGRS, but you are also sharing with your partners the benefit of being on it. Okay. Now, I have this sample computation. All right. So, especially if you want to accomplish MGRS, it says here that you buy, sell what, $500 shopping credits, which will give you what, 500 PV, and computing the BQV, okay, the bonus qualifying volume for the MGRS. How do you do that? You get the CV for the personal purchase. For the personal volume, you get the CV and get the 50% of that. Okay? So the CV for $500 shopping credits or PV is 40%. That's 200. And then you get the 50%. That's the reason why your BQV here for your personal volume is 100. Okay? Now, if I launch out of the people that I have shared the products with, remember, products create belief. And those people who also already believes in our products is more likely to join you, right? So if let's say one new LAP joined you, then guess what? You already have the wholesale profit. Okay, that's $350 for you. You also have the retail profit, right? So that's 30% of the $500, right? So let's say, and of course, for the CV or the BQV, the newly launched, you will have the 300 CV, which is also equivalent to the BQV. So now you have 400 BQV that entitles you to the MGRS. Okay, 500 PV, one new LAP launch or LADE launch, 400 BQV that entitles you to the one share for the MGRS. Okay, so your potential income just by doing this, retail plus wholesale, that's $500. And since you qualify for the MGRS, then you get one share, $150, right? So that's $150 additional for you. So total potential income for just doing the MGRS on your first 30 days or your first month, that's $650 for you. Good income, first month? Of course, right? Right. And the good thing about this is that you can do it month after month. You can qualify for shares month after month. And just imagine if you have two new partners or two new LAPs every month, this will double, right? This will become 700. Okay. And then this will become 850. Okay, I should do another slide for this. Okay, this should 700 plus 150 becomes 850. Now you will have two shares if you have two LAPs. All right, so that will give you what? $300, two shares for the MGRS. So 850 plus 300, that's $1,150. Wow. Wow, wow, and wow. $1,150. Okay? For the two shares of the MGRS. How about three shares? Right? So that's even more. Now, what's more important is how does it help your business if you have people in your team qualifying for the MGRS? You may be mentoring a lot of people already, but make sure when it comes to your new people, they understand the system, how it works. Once they become a lifestyle advisor, MGRS. That's the next step. Okay? Because guess what? If they have MGRS, most likely they have a new partner coming in. Now, once they have a new partner coming in, what will happen? What is the system that will be taught to them? MGRS again. Now, if you develop that culture of once there is a new partner, they qualify for the MGRS, guess what? Every MGRS in your organization with one share will give you 500 CV. Okay? Now, every MGRS qualification in your team through Infinity, okay, that qualifies for two shares, they will be entitled to what? 700 CV. They will receive 700 CV. And once they achieve three shares for the MGRS, anyone in your team unto infinity, you will get 900 CV. Imagine that, right? Now, if you develop that kind of culture of MGRS in your team, whenever there's a new person, they qualify for the MGRS. Guess what? New partners come in, new customers come in. Your CVs are also adding up. If you have 12 people in your team, just qualifying with one share for the MGRS, that's 6,000 CV for you. That's already a power cycle bonus for you. If each of your 12 also have their 12 duplication, now it starts to duplicate culture in your team. That's a total of 144 MGRS, 72,000 CV. That's equivalent to 13 power cycles. That's almost $6,000 for you. Imagine that, right? You see, there should be a system in place so that people, once they do it, once they duplicate it, then guess what? I believe that when you are able to employ this culture in your organization, LD1 will become your natural, it becomes a natural promotion for you. All right? Because there are always new partners coming in, new partners coming in. They are on Smart Buy every month, right? And they are duplicating. And guess what happens? It's become you become LD1. And still, if the system is duplicating, you become LD2, right? So I would probably just end up with this. I don't want to, overwhelm you with a lot of information, but just want to emphasize on those things. The four things that you can focus on for this year is the system of number one, emphasizing the smart buy in your organization. Whenever someone comes in as a new partner, put them on smart buy. Explain to them the importance and the value of why they should be on smart buy. Okay? Number two, massive planting. Okay? When it comes to, of course, sharing the products, sharing the opportunity. 10 to 20 customers a month. And eventually, those 10 to 20 customers a month, expose them to the tours, make them excited, three-way calls, follow up. Eventually, they become a partner. And once they become a partner, expose them to the trainings. Okay? Expose them to the trainings. So imagine if you have a team of people consistently attending trainings, even if you are not the one training them. But it's better, of course, for you to have that session with your team to continue to inspire them, to learn the challenges that they are experiencing, because you know how to handle these challenges, right? Remember, when your team is experiencing challenges and you are not there for them, they will just stop and quit, right? They will just listen to the sunblocks because sunblocks are out there. They're always there. Okay? So that's the reason why number four is mentoring is very important. Mentoring. Make sure that you have regular sessions with your team. Here in the Philippines, we do weekly sessions with our core group. Okay? Because we want to ensure that they are always guarded when it comes to their mindset. They are always updated when it comes to the promotions, when it comes to the exciting things. They are always guided when it comes to the activities, and we are always listening to the challenges that they are experiencing. Because after all, remember, the growth of your team is the growth of your business, right? But we have to expand our team. Okay, so I will end up with this. Any questions when it comes to the compensation plan? I know LD for Rene did a wonderful job when it comes to, of course, explaining the compensation plan last Saturday. There were just so many benefits, one income stream to another. Remember that? So, but what I have shared with you today is just the basic foundation of building momentum in your business, right? And remember, we need to also have that urgency. I love this new fast start bonus. I love this. Why? Because it creates urgency, especially for your new partners, right? If you show them this, if you show them the moment that they become an LA, you know what's your next step for the next 7 days? The next 7 days is at least to target two new partners, okay, within the next 7 days. And then within the next 30 days, you target those two new partners of yours, two LAPs or LAs of yours, will also have their two LAs. Because once that happens, you become LD1 in 30 days. And guess what? If you are able to accomplish LD1 in 30 days, you have additional 500 fast start bonus on top of the wholesale, on top of the team commissions, on top of the variance bonus. Okay? You know what I'm going to do is actually I'm working on it right now is I have the structure of becoming an LD1 and I'm working on all of the income streams that they can generate by becoming an LD1. Plus, of course, when they do it in 30 days, they receive additional $500. So now they can see. Once they reach that level, these are the benefits that they can get, right? So wouldn't that be an amazing closing also for your prospects, right? So now they are able to see the bigger picture of what this opportunity is all about. Targets, very important. The moment that they join in, they have targets that they will be excited about. Not be pressured, but be excited about. Imagine when you reach LD1 in 30 days. These are the things that you can enjoy, right? How about LD2 in 90 days? $1,000. Wow. On top of all the things that are in the LD2, right? LD3 in 12 months, triple commission. Imagine that, triple commission. Remember, when you become an LD3, there's 45,000 CV that will cycle. 45,000 CV that will cycle. And if you become an LD3 in 12 months, that 45,000 CV that will cycle, okay, whatever the commission in that 45,000 CV, it will be tripled if you do it in 12 months. There's just a limit up to $5,000. Okay. So imagine fast start bonus of $5,000. Plus, of course, the perks and benefits of becoming an LD3. LD4 in 24 months. Okay. So that's a $5,000 pat cash for you. Wow. 2026 is going to be an exciting year, right? And not to mention, LD1 can now be, I believe it can be done in 60 days, right? Is it no, no, it's LD3 and LD4. Okay? That can be done in 60 days. So imagine that, right? So now We have people who have achieved it in 30 days, much more in 60 days, right? So, team, what are your targets for this year? Anyway, if there are any questions, please feel free to raise your questions. All right. So, Year of the Fire Horse. Yes. Thank you so much, Italo. Yes. Amen to 2026 MC. This is going to be our year. And yes, this is just something that, you can adapt into your business. It's more of like simplifying, especially when it comes to the targets and the execution of how we are going to execute it, right? So it's more of focusing on key important areas for your business, not just for you, but as well as for your team. Okay? Because remember, system duplicates, people doesn't. Okay? So if just a summary, a recap, number one, what did I tell you? Set your targets. Okay? Write it down, have a plan of action, and then consistency, right? And then four key areas to focus on. Emphasis on smart buy, especially to your team, to your new partners. Probably you might want to do a call just to explain them why you are on smart buy yourself, right? Each and every single month. Number two is massive planting when it comes to our products, opportunity, customers, 10 to 20 customers a month. Okay, that can be a target for you as well. And once you have those customers on board, then follow them up, get them on a tour, and of course, encourage them to become partners. Okay? And once they become a partner, mentoring, training, very, very important. Okay? So, any other questions that we have here or anyone would like to share? I do hope that I'm able to give you something that can help you as you go through your week. So don't miss out, by the way, our product crossfire tomorrow. It's another again. This is an important part or vital element in the growth of our business. Okay, bringing our team to the trainings. Okay, and then of course our amazing Jazz Marcos will cap off the Launchpad training on Tuesday, Wednesday for us here in Asia. And of course, our Saturday training, don't miss that as well. Okay? All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. If there are no more questions, okay, how long this promo will last? With regards to the Fast Start bonus, I believe that this is already an ongoing program. Okay? If that is what you're referring to, the Fast Start bonus. Okay? So, of course, because there's a program that it says there LD3 in 12 months, LD4 in 24 months. So definitely it will not end soon, right? So this is an ongoing program, particularly having, of course, more and more LD1, LD2s in your team who are qualifying for the Fast Start bonus. Then this just means that you are now on your way to becoming LD3 and LD4, because eventually that's the key for you to become an LD3, at least an LD3. Have more LD1s. Okay? LD1s, LD1s after LD1s and LD1s, because after all, having more LD1s will create more LD2s, and having more LD2s will create LD3s. Okay? All right. Oh boy. And of course, the MGRS. Don't miss on that as well. MGRS. That's another key element in the growth and the duplication of your business. Okay? All right. So if there are no more, okay, sure, sure, Italo. Yeah. All right. So if there are no more questions, thank you so much to each and every one of you. Here is the MGRS queen saying love the MGRS. Glad that you're here, Amarjeet, because you are a true model of the importance of the MGRS. Thank you so much. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. May you have an amazing week, and I declare that over the week. Be fruitful. You will be more fruitful. You'll be able to share to many, many customers, be able to help them whatever they need when it comes to our products, health, whether it be personal care, whether it be looking good with our fashion items, whatever it is. I believe that this week is going to be a great week for you. as you help them whatever it is that they are in need in their life. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. Have an amazing week ahead. One team, one dream, building the billion. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.